In today's episode, we're going to do a deep dive into a topic that is close to my heart, being absolutely delusional when it comes to your self-belief. Welcome to the VetRise Podcast. I'm your host, Juan Perez. My goal is to make success after service accessible to every veteran in society. I believe in the power of leveraging your service, not as a label that defines you, but as a launching pad for your next chapter. What we have been doing has not been working, and it's on us to start changing the culture. Enjoy the episode, and thank you for your time. Listen up, all of you guys. So thank you for being here. Every single one of us has battled with our mindset. It's a war that sometimes we fight it in silence in our minds. And the core difference between those who actually rise and those who fall comes down to this one thing, and that's having self-belief. You see, the people who actually achieve their missions, who find that purpose beyond the uniform, beyond leaving the military, beyond maybe the skill that they have or the position that they currently have, who build real meaning in their lives, they all share this one unshakable trait. This trait is something that is shared by some of the most unshakable people on this planet. However, the only obstacle standing between you and that greatness that you want, believe it or not, it is yourself. It's your mindset. It's your ability to see a mission through to completion, no matter the obstacles, no matter the pain. You see, if you ignore what I'm about to share today, you're going to sabotage yourself. You'll find that momentum will help you start making progress. You will find that when you start doing the things that we talked about today, you will create that delusional self-belief in yourself. And then suddenly, you'll stop doing what's making you self-sabotage. You will start doing the things that actually make you successful. When you do not do the things that we talked about today, you will just hit the brakes on your life just when you are getting there, when instead you should be flooring the fucking gas. If you don't heed this message, you're going to procrastinate. You'll put off the actions that you know you need to take. It may trigger you, it might bother you, and even when you're procrastinating, deep down inside, you'll feel that gnawing guilt, that relentlessness, because you know that you should have been pushing forward, but you're not. If you let fear control you, whether it's fear of failure, fear of not measuring up, fear of the unknown, whatever it is, you will allow it to stand between you and your goals. But if you tap in, if you truly listen today, pay attention, take notes, and be present, you are going to achieve everything you've ever wanted. You'll surpass every expectation you've ever put for yourself, both yours and others. And you'll accomplish things that you once thought were impossible. Before we delve into the self-belief talk, let's talk about where it comes from. I want you guys to take a step back. I want you guys to think about where you came from. Think about the environment that shaped you, that molded you, that forged you into who you are today. When we're born, we are a blank slate. We are a baby. We don't choose our language, our culture, our circumstances. We don't choose the family we're born into. We're thrust into a world that's already in motion. It's already moving. And we're molded by our families, our surroundings, our experiences. For example, if you woke up and you lived in a family that spoke English, guess what? You will learn English. If they spoke another language, you will learn that and you'll pick it up as well. If you grew up in a disciplined environment, you learn discipline. If you grew up in a poor environment, you learned poor habits. If you grew up in a chaotic environment, you learn how to either adapt to it or some of it caused some trauma. And you adapted to survive in it. We inherit these beliefs and habits from those who actually raised us. And some of this goes on to be from the military, maybe from our parents, from our communities, from the early influences that we had. The careers we chose, the way we see ourselves, the relationships that we've built, they are all impacted by this conditioning, by the way that you were raised. And I know this all too well. Growing up, I felt completely alone. I used to always search for a place to belong. I made choices that led me down so many dark paths. I joined the gang when I was young because I didn't know what I was doing. I got suspended. And eventually it's expelled from school. I bounced from 3 different high schools, constantly just trying to figure out where I fit in. I was lost. I was angry and very directionless. And after that, the Marine Corps gave me a little bit of direction, a little bit of purpose. However, these experiences, as painful as they might have been in the moment, they taught me something completely invaluable that you cannot replicate in any other area of your life. They taught me about resilience. They taught me about survival, about the human spirit and capacity to endure. Now, we can fast forward a few years, and I found a little bit of purpose in the Marines, like I mentioned, serving with 3-1, and I became an infantryman and later on a scout sniper. You see, the military gave me a lot of structure, it gave me discipline, and a sense of belonging that I had been craving my whole life, and I didn't even realize it. But even that was not the end of my struggles. There's more. After leaving the service, I faced, again, some of the darkest times of my life. The civilian world was a battlefield of a different kind. I struggled with PTSD and depression, and the noise in my head was louder than any other fucking war that I had been a part of. The noise in my head was deafening because I had nothing left around me to help me cope with it. I was a little bit lost. And I turned to some really unhealthy habits to help me cope with it. I drank heavily. I smoked constantly. And I removed myself from the world. Anything to numb the pain, to quiet those demons. I lost a lot of relationships. And I've been through multiple divorces, each one leaving scars deeper than the last. You see, the family I was trying to build crumbled all around me. My wife emptied out our joint bank account, and she publicly attacked me on social media. And the betrayal felt so fucking deep, deeper than any wound I'd ever experienced. I lost all sense of meaning when my undercover position in law enforcement was taken away. A role that had given me purpose, a mission, and it was suddenly gone. It felt like the ground had honestly been ripped off from under me. I felt like I was free falling with no parachute in sight. I felt like nothing around me made sense. And there were some moments, some very dark moments, when I questioned whether life was even worth living. And moments like that made the weight of everything feel very unbearable, when the idea of not existing seemed like it would be a relief for me. However, through all of this, through all of the things that I went through, there was one constant. There was one constant. My two beautiful children, Oliver and Luna. They are my anchors. They are my guiding stars. Every action that I take is for them. I knew that I had to rise above. I knew that I had to do more. I knew that I had to do this, not just for myself, but for them. I wanted to be the father that they deserved. I wanted to be a man that they could look up to. I wanted to be a man that I could be proud of being. And in those dark moments, I realized something very profound. The only thing that was left was a choice. I either believe in myself when no one else will, or I let everything consume me. I either had to make a decision to believe in myself when nobody else would, or I let everything consume me. And I chose to believe. I became absolutely delusional with my self-belief. I told myself that I would rebuild. I told myself that I would find purpose again, that I would not just survive, but I would thrive. I visualized success when there was absolutely no fucking evidence of it in my life. I saw myself as the man that I wanted to be, not the man that I was presently in the moment. All right, let's stop for a minute. This is the part of the episode where I ask you to do me a favor. But it's not a favor for me. It's a favor for your fellow brothers and sisters that served with you. If you know someone that has been struggling, if you know someone that has been going through it right now, and you know that they want better for their life, they just don't know how to do it, please share this episode with them. It might just be exactly what they need. That's it. That's my only ask. If you want to subscribe, I appreciate you. Thank you for your time. Back to the episode. When you start believing in yourself at that level, people not only might think you're crazy, but they will. They're going to doubt you because they can't see what you see. They'll question your sanity because your vision is absolutely beyond their comprehension. They can't. Many people will set goals that they know that they can achieve. Safe goals that do not push your boundaries. They don't require them to stretch. Telling yourself, yeah, I'll lose 10 pounds. Yes, I'll start meal prepping once a month. Yes, I can get a better job by getting a promotion at work eventually. Yes, I can slow down my drinking to 5 beers instead of 6 beers every weekend. Yes, I can raise my income a little bit. But what if you dared to actually aim higher? What if you allowed yourself to dream so big that it fucking scares you? What if you decided that the limitations others have placed on you actually don't apply? They're not yours. You didn't put them there. You need to get delusional with your self-belief. You need to get delusional with your self-belief. Set goals that make other people shake their head. Set goals that seem impossible, especially from where you are right now. Because the truth is, the only limitations that exist are the ones that you accept. And honestly, here's the thing. You don't need to announce these dreams to the world. You don't need to tell everybody what you're doing. In fact, sometimes it's better if you don't. Keep them close to you. Let your actions speak louder than your words. Let your results be the proof of your journey. Every single day, remind yourself of who you are and who you are becoming. Look in the mirror and declare, I am the one who's going to break the cycle. I am the one who's going to rise above. I'm the one who's going to create a legacy. This is how you condition yourself. And condition yourself daily. Through repetition, through action, and through a relentless pursuit of your vision. It's not about overnight success. It is about consistent progress. It is about progressive overload in your life, not just in the gym. And over time, as you're doing the things that you are supposed to be doing because you keep moving forward, that delusional self-belief becomes a reality. The world starts to shift around you. You start to see things differently. Opportunities appear where there were none before. People will no longer see you as crazy. They'll actually see you as an inspiration. They'll wonder how you did it. And then they might even shit talk because they don't know how you could and they couldn't. But you, and only you, will know the truth. It started with a choice to believe in yourself when no one else did. Don't let fear of failure hold you back. Failure is not the enemy. It is a teacher. It is part of the journey. Every single setback, every single stumble, it is a lesson disguised in a little bit of pain that you have to endure because you will. And the byproduct of that is you will also build that resilience. What's worse than failure? Regret. Regret is 10 times more painful than failure will ever be. It is a slow, daily erosion that eats away at you because you know you are not living up to your potential. You know that you are not taking action. You know that you are not following through on what you said you were going to do. Regret is the weight of what if that you would carry with you every single day for the rest of your life if you keep being realistic. That is why our undeclared motto, unofficial, whatever you want to call it, is be unrealistic. Because that's what I want you guys to be. So I challenge you. I challenge each and every one of you. Get delusional with your self-belief. Set those big, absolutely massive goals. Write them down. Speak them into existence. Work towards them every single day because every second counts and every moment matters. Look yourself in the mirror and declare, I am the one, it is up to me. The path is not easy. It takes a lot of courage and relentless effort. It requires you to face those demons that you have hidden away in your closet, to confront your fears head on instead of turning around and walking away from them because you don't know if you can. You can, by the way. But for those who are willing to step up, for all of you, the rewards that you will reap are beyond measure. I want to share a little bit more about the journey that I have gone through. You see, when I started VetRise Academy, I was at a crossroads in my life. I could have let my past define me. I could have said that because I am going through this negative life experience and going through a divorce and my work has now shifted, I could let that define me. My past divorces, I could feel like a failure. Or I could use it as a fuel to drive me forward. I chose the latter. I want to create something so big that it would help other veterans to find not just their footing, but rediscover their purpose and build a life that they are proud of. To create success in society for every service member after the service. I knew the struggles because I had gone through them firsthand. I knew what it was like to feel lost, to battle inner demons, to question your own worth. But I also knew that there was a way out of that, a way up, a way to rise. And I poured my heart and soul into creating VetRise Academy. I stayed up countless nights laying the groundwork, doing what I had to do. And there were definitely days when doubt would creep in. When the whispers of, "You're not good enough," would be in my mind shouting at me. But I silenced them with action. By doing the thing that I said I was going to do. By having a relentless pursuit of my vision and mission. I realize that we all have our battles, our scars. But together we could rise. Together we could keep not only making an impact in our lives, but in the lives of others. All of you that are on your journey, when you decide to share, when you decide to say, yes, post that transformation post, coach, you make a difference. Not just in your life, but in the life of the people around you. And as VetRise Academy has grown, so have I. I've started to see much more of the impact that I'm making. I've started to see the lives that we're changing, not just me, the hope that we are restoring. And every single day, it reaffirms my belief that this was my purpose. Every single day, I create larger and larger delusional self-belief goals that people would think are fucking crazy. But that's the point. They have to be. You cannot tell yourself that you will achieve something that is achievable, because when you do, you will feel like you have done it, and then that's when it stops. And now I stand here telling you that if I can do it, you can too. Remember, it's always been you. It will always be you. You have the power to change your life. You have the power to redefine your future and create a legacy that lasts. You have to let go of the old you by using it as fuel for the fire that you need to have inside of you to be absolutely delusionally optimistic, to be unrealistic, to create that self-belief for yourself, to create a legacy that lasts. But you have to believe it. You have to see it before anyone else does. And listen, this isn't for everyone. There are people who can't do this. There are people who come into the academy and they cannot. As much as we've tried together, as much as I will give them that helping hand, they have to be willing to take the step. Not everyone is willing to look in the mirror and take responsibility for their life. Not everyone is willing to do the hard work, to face that uncomfortable truth that this is my fault, therefore it is my responsibility. But for those who do, for those who choose to be an anomaly, to stand out, to be remarkable, to disrupt the baseline, the future is yours. It doesn't matter what people say. So ask yourself, are you willing to be delusionally optimistic with your self-belief? Are you willing to set goals that scare you? Are you ready to become the person you were meant to be? Because the only thing standing between you and that future is the story that you tell yourself. Change the story, change your life. That's it. That's all. I hope you have the best day of your entire life. I'll talk to you in the next episode. And that brings us to the end of another episode of the VetRise Podcast. If today's episode inspired you, made you think, or simply gave you hope, I have a small favor to ask. Share it with just one veteran or someone you think could benefit from my message. Your share could light a spark for them. You don't know who you might save. For more insights and to join our mission, follow my socials at JP the Veteran Coach and explore how we can rise together. Thank you for joining us, for being part of this journey, and for believing in the power of rising together. Until next time, keep pushing forward, keep rising, and never forget that we are stronger together. My name is Juan Perez, and thank you for your time.